Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another beautiful video on this beautiful channel, this beautiful day, on this beautiful everything. I'm going to start off by saying sorry because I just made a video and I removed it. I completely just got rid of that shit because I had too many errors, too much stuff going on, and I don't want to just edit that for like 5 hours. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So this is how the game looks right now. We'll keep a limit at 200. This is how it looks. As soon as it starts. I hope it starts soon. We'll see. There we go. I'm running from external hard drive, sometimes buggy. But yeah, so this is how it looks right now. And I'll explain what's going on here. I made enemies that can like follow you and stuff. So right now there are too many of those because I'm getting swarmed. And yeah, I'm getting swarmed, straight up swarmed, and that's not cool. So what do? Well, let's see. What we could do, okay, whatever, I'll try something later, but for now I'm just gonna explain what I did. Commented this out. I think I already did that before. This is okay. This is actually something I gotta change. .f, make it 25. Okay, so let me go through everything. Let's go into the last video was the accelerate for the text tag. Bullet is fine. Enemy. So I added a direction, I think, and a player follow number. I added a function called get player follow number. It just does what it says. I added that in here as well. So no, enemy player follow number, and then the direction. Fix that right here. Direction, player follow number. So this is basically every time a player or an enemy is created, it gets assigned a player. Alright, and it's gonna follow that player and handle that player whenever necessary, whenever it needs to directly handle a player. So it's going to be assigned that player. And now I don't know what's going to happen if that player dies. Its player number might change, but we'll handle that if we ever need to. So let me see. What else did I change? Well, in here, I made this thing happen. Case follow and case move left. I made a vector, normalized direction. And I made two functions in enemy.h. I made a vector length function, which finds the length of a vector, and a function to normalize that vector. So direction x and y is going to be the vector, original vector, the distance between the player position and the enemy position. Then I'm going to normalize that vector. Alright, I'm normalizing it. I'm making it from 0 to 1. So it's going to be a y part and an x part and a y part, I mean. And I can just remove this. So what that does is it gives it an amount to move in x and an amount to move in y, depending on which way the direction is facing, you know. So the normalized direction multiplied by the speed and multiplied by all the dt stuff, that makes it follow the player. Now what I could do is I could set if the and then I set the rotation as well here. A tan 2 yx multiplied by this, which is to make it into degrees from radians, and then I added 180 to flip them because they were flipped the other way, and then I moved them and all that stuff. What I could do is after a certain rotation it won't rotate more, it will just keep going forward. So if the normalized direction is greater than 0.5, less than 0.5, it's gonna stop and it's just gonna keep going forward. So that way you can dodge enemies and stuff. We can try doing that later after I explain everything. So that was it. And in update, enemy update, I sent in a vector to f player position right here, and that's how you get the player position. Then we go to game, and I think this is the final thing. Go down to where enemy is updated right here. send in this player's, and then you get that player follow number from that enemy that we're checking. And the player follow number can only be between how many players are alive, so it will never exceed the number of players there are. Alright, and we'll get that position and send it in. I can show you that as well, where we create the enemy. Here. It is a random between players that from 0 to players alive. And this is a random between types for the enemy. So that's good. We got this going. That's everything I did, I think. I think that's everything I did in that video. And I managed to do that in what? 5 minutes I managed to tell you, but that's because I was checking a bunch of stuff. I had a lot of problems with these functions, the vector length and normalize, and problems with other stuff. But yeah, there we go. Now I have following enemies, but the problem is that you can't really aim at them like I said, because I don't want to rotate the player. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to do that. I want it to be straight shooting to the right, and then you can dodge these enemies. So let's see, if normalized there dot x is greater than, what can we do? The x position, but the x is always, the y is what I'm interested in. Y is greater than, what can it be? 0.5 is 90 degrees, so 0.3, right? Because if you're going y 0.3, okay, normalized there equals 0.3. Okay. Else if normalized, because it can be both ways, that y is less than minus 0.3, then we'll just copy this, minus 0.3. Now let me see if this works. I'm not sure if this is the way it is supposed to be. Okay, it's still rotating more. So if normalized direction, well, how would I do that though? Because amount in, it's amount in x and y, so it's amount. So I don't want to move. And okay, so let's do the same thing for x. Let's see if that works. Normalized direction x is greater than 0.3, because I don't want x to be negative. So I don't want x to be negative. Is less than 0. What could it be? Less than 0.7. Less than 0.7. So that's like up, or 0.3. 0.5 is 1 is straight that way, and it's just gonna go less and less. Y is straight up that way, just gonna go less and less. So less than 0.5, then set it to 0.5. That's all I need to do, and it won't go greater than 1 because it's normalized. If y is less than 0.3, and right there, greater than 0.5, then set it to 0.5, less than minus 0.5, then set it to minus 0.5. Let's see if this works. Then it should be not going further. Well, it is though, so that's kind of weird. See, it shouldn't be doing that. It should not be doing that. Is less than 0.5. Whoops. What about now? Wait, minus is this way, right? So less direction is minus. So it's if it's less than, it's greater. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Greater than minus 0.5. Set it to minus 0.5. Let's see. This is the kind of things you gotta do. There we go. Then it's just, they're just passing, so you can kind of dodge them. You can kind of go in. I don't know where I am right now. Oh, I think I'm dead. I think I'm fucking dead. Okay. So you can dodge them, which is good. Oh god. This is kind of tough though, dodging these enemies. Wow. And they'll keep changing their orientations. And I guess I can do this once you've dodged them. If this sprite dot get position dot x is greater than this, or player position dot x. So as long as you're kind of in the side of it, it's gonna keep following you. So let me try that. Or otherwise it's not gonna update its position anymore. Well, I mean, what are you doing? Wait, what? Get position x is greater. So if it's or less. Oh wait, what am I doing, guys and girls? I'm so tired. So there you go. So as long as it's less. Oh no, as long as it's more. God damn it. There you go. And they're just kind of snapping to it. I'm just straight up dodging these fools right now. So you can kind of dodge the enemies. I like that. That's cool. And you can kind of get screwed by them as well. There we go. Alright, cool. For now that works. For now that works, guys and girls. Normal direction y is greater than 0.5. Alright, so it can't be less than 0.7, because 0.5 was a little too much. 0.7, 0.7. And then y can't be greater than 0.3, less than 0.3. So I'm just going to try it one more time. And this is something we got to work with. Because as soon as you dodge them, I'm going to try to follow you. You can kill a few of them. And then you can straight up dodge them. And they'll just go down, like dive down. That's a little better. I like that. I like that. It was too much them kind of following you like that. You can just like kill all of these followers. And that forces you to kind of move all the time. There we go. We have another enemy type, guys and girls. And it's kind of tough. Now, once you get another player involved, it's not going to look as neat. It's going to be a little tougher for it to actually play the way it should, I think. So I'm going to have to figure stuff out with that. So a few players or a few enemies are following this player. And he can dodge. This is really tough. This is really tough. I gotta say, this is the toughest thing I've ever done. Wow. Wow, this is tough. Wow. Okay. So a few players, but this is okay. A few ones are following. Now if this one died, they would just not care anymore. They wouldn't update their positions. But now all the new enemies are only being created for this player. So yeah, that's good. That's good. Alright guys and girls, thanks for watching. I hope I explained everything properly and you learned what was happening and you know what's going on. So thanks for watching again. Thanks for all the support and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye bye.